Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio, everybody. My name is Chief here, and with me, as always, is Mike Concho and Juicy. We are doing a college football Week 4 preview here of 2015. I'd like to welcome to the show Mike Concho. How you doing today, Mike?
Terrible.
Terrible? What's going on today? That's so bad.
None. I just felt like saying it was terrible. It's actually a pretty great day, but...
All right, okay. What about you, Juicy? How you doing?
Not too good, being that I have to go to work in a little while.
Oh, okay.
So, not that great.
Okay, I got some special news for Fishbowl Nation here. My roommate's going to come on the show today, so, yeah, that's very interesting to talk about here. I'd like to welcome to the... Wait, he's a industrial design student at UL Lafayette, and he's a nice guy. He's drinking some Fago Cola right now. I'd like to welcome to the show... What you want your name to be known as, bro?
That Guy Kelby.
That Guy Kelby.
Follow me on Twitter at That Guy Kelby. Follow me on Periscope at That Guy Kelby.
It's all like Periscope's a thing with Twitter and everything. That Guy Kelby, you can put this on Periscope right now if you want to.
I should, but I won't.
You won't? Okay. All right, let's start this thing off a little bit, guys. Y'all ready?
No, never.
Okay. Mike, the first game today is number 25 Missouri versus Kentucky. Who you got in this game, Mike?
Pretty good game, but I got Mizzou winning it.
All right. What you got, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with Kentucky on this one, just because I know Kentucky's. After seeing how they played against Florida and brought them down to the wire, I know Florida's not that great, but Missouri almost lost to UConn, I think it was, last week. So give it Kentucky actually go.
I think this will be a very interesting game here between Missouri and Kentucky. I think Missouri only put up 9 points last week.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. I kind of want to pick Kentucky, but I kind of want to pick Missouri, but I'll end up going my gut with Missouri. I think Missouri's got too much talent for Kentucky, and they've been dominating the SEC East for the last 2 years, but I would not be surprised if Kentucky was able to pull off the upset there. That guy, Kelby, who you got in that game?
And who?
Kentucky and Missouri.
Kentucky.
All right. Okay, we got a 50-50 split here between those games here. All right, guys. Let's go look down the list here and see who else is going to be playing this weekend. Actually, this is actually a pretty good weekend for college football, actually. A good slate of games coming up this week, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of some of those top-notch games. Mike, what game are you looking forward to this weekend?
The Akron UL game, but besides that, oof. That one's hard to say. They got a lot of good ones this week. UCLA and Arizona.
All right. What about you, Juicy?
Man, you stole my pick, Mike. I was gonna say that game.
Well, you could pick that game too, Juicy. It ain't no problem. I'm actually looking forward to that game too.
I'll say that.
Okay. All right. Let's pick this game here. Number 24, Oklahoma State versus Texas. Who you got, Mike?
Give me Oklahoma State. Texas still ain't a team like I thought they would be this year, so I gotta stick with Oklahoma State.
Who you got, Juicy?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Oklahoma State in this game, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people think it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be about a 1-touchdown spread on State's favor.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is, Juicy, about your pick there? The line is open up at Oklahoma State giving Texas 3 points, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works. So I'm going to go Oklahoma State. Texas hasn't been the team that I thought they would be this year, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. I think Oklahoma State will win this game, though. And Mason Rudolph for Oklahoma State has played very well this year, and I think he'll lead them to victory. At that guy, Kelby, who you got? You don't know?
No, don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's toss-up.
Toss-up? Well, who you got? Give me a pick. Just give me a pick. It don't matter. It's all prediction. We all could be wrong. That's the thing about this.
Bro. I don't even know.
You don't even know.
But I like to take a moment to say we're live on Periscope.
We're live on Periscope, okay?
With the Facebook radio.
Yeah, you can look and see how we do the show on Periscope. If you got the app, you can go look and watch that guy Kelby's Periscope that's going on right now in Lafayette, Louisiana, if you want to go look at the global spectrum of that. So you can go watch the behind-the-scenes stuff of how we do this radio show here. So it's going to be interesting. So you'll tune into it. So that guy Kelby doesn't want to make a pick, so I won't force him a pick. So let's go on to our next game, guys. This week is actually what game? Okay, before we go to the 23rd pick, what y'all thought about that Ole Miss Alabama game? Me and Juicy got it right, but Mike didn't get it right.
Well, I found it to be a pretty good game. I fell asleep kind of watching. I was tired that day, and I was watching. I woke up and I saw Ole Miss was just putting the beat down Alabama, but Alabama actually came back a little bit. I mean, I kind of couldn't really do my full pick, and yes, I probably would have still picked Alabama because I was doing something.
You said Alabama. I'll listen to the episode.
Ole Miss.
I'll listen to him like after the show's over with.
Yeah, no, like I said, I know I picked Alabama. I know I would have stuck with them if I'd have just not have been doing something at the time. I probably still would have stuck with Alabama. But I definitely could have saw how Ole Miss could have won that game. I thought Ole Miss was a very good team, and I really did think they could have won, but I would have picked Alabama to win anyways.
I mean, it was knowledge and Bryant Denny. A lot of people don't beat Alabama and Bryant Denny, so that's usually how it is. What about that tip pass? Do you see what you thought about that tip pass for a touchdown? The tip six. When Kelly threw that ball and it got knocked way up in the air, and that guy just.
When I saw that pass, I was at work and I seen some of the game at work, and I was like, well, when I saw like that pass, I was like, I started joking around. I was like, man, even God wants Ole Miss to win this game. That was my first thought. God hates Nick Saban, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a very cool play. I thought it was going to be intercepted when that was going up in there because that's usually how that goes. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go with that game here. I thought Ole Miss. But Alabama deserved to lose that game based on the fact they had, 4 turnovers in that game. And,
5, actually.
5. I mean, they turned the ball over a lot either way. So,
but next week they got another big one when they go to Athens, Georgia next week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out there. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Well, number 23 is on bye week this week, so number 22, BYU versus Michigan. Mike, who you got?
BYU lost to UCLA last week, so kind of stopped their hot streak. So I'm going to go with Michigan. BYU is a very good team, but I said their hot streak ended last week, so give me Michigan.
Who you got, Juicy?
If BYU would have beat UCLA like Mike was saying, I think I would have went with BYU. But I think since they lost, they might have lost a little bit of that magic and momentum. So give me Michigan in the big house this week. But I think it's still going to be a close game.
I'm going to agree with Juicy there. They almost did beat UCLA last week. It was a close game. And I'll pick BYU last week to upset UCLA. Apparently that wasn't the case. It was close though. Michigan is giving 7 points to BYU. If you're betting this week, they're pushing this more on ESPN apparently, with DraftKings coming on every 5 seconds on ESPN. So I'm gonna go with the upset. I think Michigan does pull it off in the big house. Give me the go Big Blue. Michigan pulls it off. You want to make a pick, that guy Kelby, or not?
I'm going to say Michigan, too.
You're going to go with Michigan as well?
I'm going to go with
It's a consensus. All right. Michigan, we all pick them to pull off the upset over BYU. All right, Mike, who you got in this game? 21, Stanford versus Oregon State. Who you got, Mike?
Give me Stanford to win this one.
All right. Who you got, Juicy?
Give me Stanford as well, because after how I've seen how well they played against USC, I think they'll carry that momentum into this week and Oregon State.
I'm going to agree with both of y'all so far. I think Stanford will knock off Oregon State. They played very well against USC. I picked USC to win because I thought Stanford might have been down this year. Well, apparently that wasn't the case either. I got Stanford winning this, though. Kevin Hogan's been pretty good this year. Who you got that guy, Kelvin? You don't want to pick?
I'm going to go with both y'all.
You going with all of us, Stanford?
Yep.
All right, going with Stanford here. Okay. Georgia Tech, number 20, versus Duke. Who you got, Mike?
Give me Georgia Tech. They're still doing pretty good this year. They had a good game against Notre Dame last week, but I got to go with Georgia Tech.
Who you got, Juicy?
Give me Georgia Tech as well. I know they lost to Notre Dame, but they still played really, really well. I don't see Duke being able to stop their triple option offense that well.
Okay. I got Georgia Tech winning this. Duke, they have a solid football team. Lately, they've been getting a real solid football team. And Marcus Marshall has been pretty good for Georgia Tech this week. Georgia Tech did lose some key people in that Notre Dame game, but I got Georgia Tech winning this one. You want a pick?
I got to agree with my dog, who was all for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, barking?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rue was barking?
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
She's all for Georgia Tech, bro.
She's all for Georgia Tech?
Yep.
You agree. All right. Well, we got all picked Georgia Tech to win here. It seems like we're all mirroring each other's picks this week, ain't we, guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes, though.
Y'all are going with my picks because y'all know I was right all of them.
Oh, really? Don't start, no. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once a day, right? Number 19 USC versus Arizona State. Mike, who you got in this game?
I'm back to repeat that because you laughed the whole way through that whole.
I'm sorry, my bad. That was kind of funny. Number 19 USC versus Arizona State. Mike, who you got?
Give me an upset. Give me Arizona State. I just feel that that's going to be the upset game.
They're playing at Sun Devils. They're
So,
playing at Sun Devil Stadium, but that wants to change your mind a little bit more confidence into it or not.
I just need to pick the upset this week. I picked South Carolina and Georgia last week. It wasn't that great of a
No, that was a bad pick.
I got to get myself the Arizona State pick. I'm going to have to go to Arizona State past the upset.
Who you got, Juicy?
Man, well, I went back and forth with this because I do feel I kind of feel like Arizona State's gonna pull the upset, but then I kind of feel like USC is not gonna go down 2 weeks in a row. But I think I'm gonna go with USC in a real close game. But I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona State would pull it off. But I don't see USC going down 2 weeks in a row.
Arizona State could potentially pull this off. They've been very good this year, along with USC. USC ended up losing to Stanford last week, which a game I picked USC to win. But I think I only missed like 4 games last week, which wasn't too bad. I did call the Alabama Ole Miss upset, and well, I did pick some upsets. I picked Georgia Tech beat Notre Dame because I didn't know how good Notre Dame's backup quarterback was going to be based on that fact. But you know what happens. This is going to be close. I think a field goal is going to decide this one here. I see home. Usually I give like a touchdown to the home team. That's how I usually pick these games here. I say Arizona State's going to slightly pull the upset off on USC. Very slightly. It's going to be close.
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Who you got?
I guess I gotta find me a new upset pick then, because Chiefs seem to agree with my upset picks. I'm gonna have to find another one in this show.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Whatever you think about going for an upset pick here. I mean, college football is always full of them. I know you're definitely gonna pick a upset pick later on when I announce this team later on, but since I know how much you love them, and we'll see. And I might just announce it right before you even get there to that pick, so we might just force you into a pick either way. Well, we can't pick number 18, guys, because they're playing a ranked team. Ball State versus number 17 Northwestern. Who you got in this game, Mike Honcho?
Yeah, that's right. Don't put my upset. Well, I pick Northwestern State. Northwestern to win it.
Northwestern. Who you got, Juicy?